before anything is said, this is not the same as the collection video I have been promising to do. This is instead our usually Merry Christmas video where I've been trying to do this for, I did this last year. It kind of went well. Of essentially, what's the best figure, or the Transformers Toy Awards of 2024. This time it's 2025, but because I didn't get as many 2025 figures, I basically also have to add a bit of 2026 into it, and there is quite a lot here. I am also going to include knockoff figures and stuff that I did get, and unfortunately, there will be some that are just not here today to actually be experienced in that. And then, for a bonus, I will be also including stuff like model kits and unlicensed and other stuff like that, so let's get going. And then as for some the deluxe class, or some Voyager classes or combiners, I'm going to be including the knockoff stuff as well. So, yeah. So, let's start off with the smallest size class, core class. There was none this year. So let's move on to the best deluxe class of the year. Starting off with Earthspark, it should be no surprise the best deluxe class of the entire year for Earthspark. To no surprise, is also my favorite deluxe class of the entire year. Screw you, Mohawk. Soundwave. And I even got a Cybertron Laserbeak with him just to make him really feel like that, to be honest. He's just such a good figure. Legitimately speaking, I never put him down. He's always the first one of the first few I look at. And once I reorganize this shelf up here, it's gonna be a freaking miracle. In terms of, the best, the holy grails, I should say. And runner-up deluxe class that came out in 2025 for Earthspark. I guess I can technically count this considering the fact that it is deluxe sized, but it's a toss-up. It's a real big toss-up between Hashtag and Spitfire. So, because Spitfire is a repaint, I'm just going to include her as an honorable mention, and the winner of the runner-up section for Earthspark Deluxes goes to Hashtag. Again, her and Soundwave's entire wave was fucked over by distribution. Soundwave is so expensive now that you can only find it for $200 or more on eBay. Hashtag, you'll be lucky to find her at $50. And you can't even find the Takara version anymore, which I also have. So, best Age of the Primes Deluxe. I actually was collecting Age of the Primes Deluxes more than I was with the Legacy ones. So, sure enough, I actually have several of those. We are including re-releases here because, like I said, I don't have many, but I do have some to count. So, in terms of best deluxe for Age of the Primes, we are also including 2026 because, like I said, we don't have enough up here. And so, the best deluxe reward goes to, is it no surprise, Solus Prime. One of my favorite Prime characters, and they did her toy so well. She was one of the first Primes that I got, and I didn't care that I ended up spending more than retail, like I did for most of them. But holy shit, does she hold up really, really well. And I would say the runner-up for a deluxe class for Age of the Primes would be it's gonna have to be Quintus. This guy just surprised me in the last minute. He released a little bit early in the States for December, so I am counting December releases as part of this. So, yeah. Here we go. Now, this one might be cheating, but we got the Studio Series Deluxes up next. Unfortunately, I already know who's the winner, and it isn't even close. It isn't even close. The winner of the Studio Series ranking of Deluxes is our 2026 Deluxe class that I bought way early, but she's so damn worth it. Arachnid. Like, this thing surprised me. I did a video and everything because this is one of my favorite deluxes I have ever messed with. It has Voyager complexity, and it has just so much going for it. And right next to Sentinel Prime, oh my god, fucking chef's kiss. In terms of second best deluxe for Studio Series this year, it's a real tough one, to be honest. Because I really was just going to say Barricade. But I'm thinking, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think Widow takes the cake as the best deluxe of this year. I'm sorry, Barricade. You'll probably have a better shot next year. But I think Widow just takes the cake. Like, the Viacom transformation just works, and... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, Barricade. You know what? I'll have you two tied. I'll have you two tied for best place. There you go. How's that? Yeah, because I just looking at Barricade, I'm like, god damn, this is actually just such a good figure. So I am including that. Best Age of the Primes Voyager. Oh, there's actually, is there, how many? I don't have many, do I? So I guess I can only just do this as straight up saying, like, yeah, I only have a certain amount. Age of the Primes Voyagers, there is sadly not enough on here. In fact, there's only one Age of the Primes Voyager. And it just so happens to be the one that I bought the other day, right before Christmas. And is the only other Age of the Primes figure that I bought in terms of Voyager class this year. The runner-up will be Prima, but my absolute winner is this guy. Like, dude's just fucking swole. Like I don't know why, but this works a whole lot more, especially with the fact that he's got the Covenant and the Quill, and his Autobot symbol is actually on Twitch all the way up there on the top shelf. But she wasn't a 2025 figure, she was a 2024 figure. So, she got the top spot. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I had Spitfire for 2024. I think that's what it was. So no, Hashtag definitely wins the thing for that one. I'm stupid. Alright. So, best Studio Series Voyager class. I got plenty this year, to be honest. Best Studio Series Voyager class that came out this year. We have the... Out of the 4 that I got, I want to say the winner... Okay, I'm sorry, once again, the winner is an easy pick. And it's even upgraded too, which makes it a little bit more unfair, but... Sentinel Prime. I cannot, for the life of me, stop flirting with this guy every so often. Especially with his new wings. I don't care about the new DNA upgrade kit that's coming out by the beginning of next year. I don't. This guy is exactly what I've been wanting in terms of a Studio Series figure. Now, of course, the DNA figure will also include a way to actually rip him in half easily without having to unscrew him every 5 times. But, yeah, This guy's really good. Runner-up in terms of Voyager class is actually Warp for Cybertron Ironhide, who was just a retool of last year's Ratchet. But, or was it this year's Ratchet? I think it was this year. It was just released. No, it was last year. Right. Really fun transformation. The fact that it comes with the Energon shotgun is genius, and it's just all around a nice Ironhide figure in its own right. So I have to give Studio Series props for that. Now for Age of the Prime's leader classes. Unfortunately, I don't have any. So I'm going to have to go with my gut with this one. And I'm going to have to go with, in terms of Studio Series, what do I think? Not Studio Series, leader classes. In terms of what I think is the best leader class for this year, it's in terms of Age of the Primes. Even though he's upgraded, it's the re-release of Nova Prime, who is standing in as my current 13th Prime right now. He's just so freaking good. He is like the only version of the Magnus mode that I fucking love. And it's the Kingdom one. This is the one that people don't like don't like the most. And yet, with the upgrades, oh my god. He's just so freaking good. And then in terms of best Studio Series leader class for this year, it ain't even close. It ain't even fucking close that the winner of Studio Series leader classes is right there, and I just got them the other day for 30% off because of Target's sale. No, 40% off, my bad. This is the Studio Series of the Last Night Nemesis Prime. And I originally didn't get this figure, but I got it because it was on a sale. But the tolerances are so much better than the original paint. And I'm going to say right now, just better. It is just better in every way than the original Age of Extinction version. Also, I got Galvatron back. Yeah, that's fun. But he has a little problem. I'll show you real quick. He has a little problem. Yes, I gotta super glue that in. And then in terms of best combiner. Now, admittedly, I had got a whole lot of combiners this year. I am not including Menasor because I didn't get him this year. He was last year's combiner. But in terms of this year, I got a whole shelf to look at. And I'm going to say right now, the runner-up is the Fans Toys Bruticus. Especially when I replaced... where is he? When I replaced this blue Onslaught with the correct colors Onslaught that I found for like $13 complete. Both of those combined with the already existing upgrades just makes an absolutely stellar combiner. But of course, the winner of the combiner components this year is this guy. There's just no way to slice it. He is the main character of this year in terms of combiners. Literally, it was the 10th anniversary of Devastation, and sure, I should have gotten Devastation Optimus, but I have been holding off of him, and I would rather get him on a sale at this point. So, yeah. In fact, I didn't even get any Devastation figures this year. I was going to get Devastation Wheeljack to replace my old Wheeljack, but then I just found the same exact Wheeljack with the weapons at my local shop. I was like, you know what, I'll get that instead. Now, in terms of exclusives, the best exclusive, which means basically store exclusives / collaboratives / whatever is found like exclusively at any store, I would also have to include Soundwave in this, category. But because he's already won one category, I'm gonna skip him. So the best exclusive this year is actually GameStop's Bumblebee. This is the only place. GameStop is the only physical place you can find Bumblebee. Sure, you can find him on Amazon, but like, why? It better to find him in person, and I did multiple times. And I was putting him off until like, you know what? I'm gonna get him. And you know what? For the 7th anniversary of the movie, I fucking love this thing. He scales so well next to Barricade. It is amazing. And runner-up exclusive / collaborative is my first collaborative figure. To no surprise, Gigawatt. And yes, I still have not watched the movie. I plan on watching it next year, don't worry. But right now, this thing, the one reason why I got this thing, well, 2 reasons. 1, it was on a sale, and 2, I love the entire Gigawatt saga from TFI Creations. I still have to watch some of his other movies, and especially Age of Reason, which I might watch for Christmas today. But in terms of everything else, hell yeah, this is a fucking good thing. Oh, I also forgot Hatchet came out this year, but yeah, he definitely is not one of the best figures anymore. So, that should be it, right? I got, like, all the main figures and whatnot. I mean, we got the main Commander class, which is combined with Combiner class, and call it a day. Oh, wait, no, we got Titans. This one I'm doing a little differently. Instead of the Titan of the year, because there's only 2 Titans per year, one's a repaint, one is a new mold, I'm actually going to do best Titan I've bought this year. And to no surprise, the winner of that category is Trypticon. Like, this was the first Titan I actually got and I kept. Like, sure, I bought at the beginning of this year, Tidal Wave. He would technically be the runner-up if it wasn't for this fucking thing that I bought for $140 complete and just blows Tidal Wave out of the water. But in terms of a Titan up there, it's these 2 are just the best. Sorry. I'm really sorry, but your Ratchets do not do it, even with the mainframe. So, that's all the official stuff for at least this year. Now, what's the best figure that I bought that wasn't from each of these categories from 2025? As in, what came out way before? In terms of deluxe class, what came out before? My best figure that I bought this year or even just got in hand because someone gave it to me, I'm actually going to say the best figure I got this year was Punch / Double Punch or Counter Punch, or one of the 2. This thing is a unique way of doing a two-sided, two-faced person in a Transformer, and it is so well done. Yes, it's got hollow gits, but, like, I don't care. This thing is, like, very cool to me. And runner-up in terms of best figure from non-2024 deluxe class that I bought this year. It's gonna have to be Transformers Prime Knockout. The Takara one. Because I was supposed to get this because I compared this with the Fire gave me one time a breakdown of the original breakdown that I also used to have. I'm gonna track that down again next year, and this time I'm gonna keep it. But yeah, this guy is so good and so much beats the Legacy one out of the water. And in terms of vintage As in, like, not modern, but I mean way back to 2007, 2009, and 2011. Basically, during the trilogy days of the Bayverse. The best deluxe class that came out of this one is my childhood figure. Rampage. This thing just peaked all my nostalgia out the window. And I'm sorry, but this also tops the other figure. Even though he's got custom paint, I did have to bring this one down a little bit to runner-up. But this is my runner-up for best vintage deluxe class. Stockade. It's just a damn good figure. In terms of Voyager classes this year, we got quite a bit. For Voyager class, I think my favorite non-vintage would have to be I unfortunately can't get them out because there's so much going on here, but my favorite non-vintage Voyager class of the year is actually going to have to be Megatron from Gamer Edition. This is the original version, not the re-release version. That's why I didn't include it inside the exclusives at all. This is the original version. And yes, I did a knee fix, but I fucking love this figure. Like, when I first opened this figure way back last year, on the same day as the 10th anniversary of the Lego movie, my favorite movie of all time, it opened my eyes to how much this thing was such a godsend, and how much I took it for granted. Because holy shit, this thing is such a good figure. Runner-up Voyager class of recent. As much as I want to say Starscream, it's actually Cyberverse Tarn. Which I think I gave that to him last year. But if I didn't, then congratulations, you get the spot this year. Actually, no, I did buy him this year. I did only buy him this year. So yeah, he does count. He does count. In terms of vintage Voyager classes, I have more than I am willing to admit. And unfortunately, the ones on the bottom shelf just will not get on the list. But one of them is damn close at least. That's you. In fact, you might be the runner-up. Or it might be you. It's one of the Starscreams that's a runner-up. But the winner of the Voyager class from Vintage, aka the Bayverse Trilogy days, is this motherfucker right here. And is part of the reason why I still am paying Klarna to this day. But it was so worth it. He is my favorite Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class, without a shadow of a doubt. In terms of normal leader class, what would I say is my favorite that came out? Well, this is the catch. I didn't get any that came out in terms of, like, a couple years ago. I guess the only exception I could say is I got the Fallen again. So, like, that one keeps popping up and out. I mean, I guess we could include Byway, even though it's a knockoff. But I'm going to be honest, my favorite leader class that I gotten that wasn't this year, in terms of, like, the release date, Siege Astro Train. Just one day of playing with it, and he is my favorite triple changer I have ever handled. How the fuck do you do that? And then my favorite leader class figure in general, that my runner-up is the Last Night leader class Megatron, was just made me realize how much I was missing out on that mold until I had to go in a hand thanks to the Fire Brothers. In terms of vintage leader class, you see those two? Runner-up is Optimus, winner is Megatron. That's the vintage leader class. and it is for a reason. I loved opening Optimus Prime. I did the opening and everything. I've yet to even do the review, to be honest. But Megatron has just so much more going to him, and also movie accurate paint. Like, fuck yes. So, that just leaves the unlicensed stuff. Unlicensed and licensed stuff. In terms of unlicensed, we have the following. We have all of these combiners, minus the knockoff. And then Team Myra down there, which is basically model kits that can actually transform. I've yet to actually put their freaking videos on YouTube. Plus, I've yet to actually combine them, because they are also a combiner. But, in terms of my favorite of these, and my favorite third-party figures, they are not the favorite, actually. The favorite is actually in the closet. And the favorite if I can find it. For whatever fucking reason, I cannot find him. Okay, in terms of third-party, unlicensed, my favorite is... I can't even find the damn instructions. Or the box, or anything, God. I know I didn't sell it. Alright, I'll just say, it is Iron Factory The Fallen. Iron Factory The Fallen is the winner. Runner-up of all these, I have to say the Yellow Devastator. The Yellow Devastator just absolutely surprised me as my favorite unlicensed that I bought this year. Now we go on to non-Transformer Transformers that I got this year, and I would also include last year, because I actually didn't include them last year at all. Non-Transformer Transformers are up here, and there's only 2 of them. So, but this guy's the runner-up. This guy right here is the runner-up. But the winner is sadly not here anymore. And that one is Musclehide. My first ever metal card bought, and is the one figure I am aiming to get back next year, right as soon as it hits January. I will be getting that figure back, no matter what. But the runner-up is Dinosaur Mosastorm. And I got her because, you know, she just looks like a big-ass Decepticon. So, why not? This finally leaves, and this video has been going on a little bit longer than the last one, to be honest, because the last one was like almost 30 minutes. This one's probably pushing 40. So, here we have the last category. Model kits. I got so many model kits this year. So many. Like, this is probably the biggest year I've been doing model kits and whatnot, and blockies in general. So, I have to give out a warning of, essentially, what's the best blockies: Galaxy Class, Classic Class, and best blockies in general. So, whoever is the winner of both is also going to be battling for best spot. But, obviously, it isn't even close. So, runner-up for Classic Class for Galaxy Class is Transformers 1 Soundwave. This thing is probably one of my favorite that I built. It was so easy as well. And he's got updated articulation because he's from Wave 7. But, dear God, he's just so good. Also, if I remember correctly, he does in fact have an opening thing, so kudos to that. But I think my favorite Galaxy Class is, without a shadow of a doubt, my first ever chase variant I ever gotten. The Hidden Style. The best one. And it was also from the same wave as a Soundwave. This thing. Words cannot describe how much I felt that day when I got this thing. And if I haven't put this video on YouTube, I will for sure grab that clip and put it right here of me finding it. So I will pause the video here to add a full clip. Or that pause will be for fucking nothing, especially if I already have posted that full video on YouTube. But yeah, this is my first ever chase variant, this shiny, and it is so well freaking deserved. Also, the cog can actually fit inside a Sentinel Prime, the Studio Series 1. He has the branding armor, he has everything that I asked for inside of a Galaxy Class. He's so nice. So, that just leaves the Classic Class. Classic Class runner-up, to no surprise, and to my surprise, was not something from Transformers. I mean, it was from something Transformers 1, but it wasn't what I was expecting. The runner-up just was originally the top of the year until I got something like a few days ago that just knocked it back. This guy. Megatronus Prime. And I guess the main reason why, like, he has better articulation to the top spot, don't get me wrong. But I think what elevates this guy downwards a bit is the fact that his light up feature is dead. But he has so much aura that at this point I don't care. He's also the only one that actually works in terms of characters. And it's going next to TF1 Megatron up there. You're better off scaling it like this, to be honest. Which is probably why those kits exist. So, my favorite Classic Class of the year was something that I built not even 2 days ago. And it isn't even close anymore. And yes, the paint work sucks on this thing. But the fact that they actually did this, and it was such an easy and simple build. So easier than Megatronus, in fact. Blocky's Classic Class Megatron. And on yes, I put the cloak that I originally had on my TLK Megatron because TLK Megatron was originally standing in for Megatronus. Next year, I'm getting the real Megatronus back. Which, in terms of Agent Prime's leader classes, since I bought him this year, but then I sold him, he will be the runner-up for that category. But yeah, this thing is just so freaking good, and yes, he can scale well with your Cyberverse figures and whatnot. So, obviously, I would say, oh, just have the two Classic Classes as, like, the runner-up and the winner. No. How about both Megatrons as the winner and the runner-up? This guy was so much fun to build, especially for the series finale of Let's Build. But this guy, oh my god, I cannot believe that they got this close to perfection. And so, yeah, sadly, those model kits don't even make the cut, unfortunately. They were close. I will say, they were close to making the cut for one of the awards. But sadly, no. So, what's the best figure I bought this year? out of all of these categories, what's the best one I bought? Well, surprisingly enough, it's been a deluxe class that I bought. That's been one of the best that I bought. And I would also argue that this would also include, like, stuff that I got on a deal. Which, if I have to go with the deal option, there's quite a bit up here. There's, like, quite a bit that I got here for a deal. But to me, I think my favorite one that I got for basically free, essentially. The figures that I got for free are going to count here. Figures I got for free or for an amazing deal. It's going to have to go to Studio Series Galvatron. I'm sorry. I think Galvatron just has it in the bag for this one. But my runner-up for best free figure, right up there. Stockade. So, then here's the ultimate question for the runner-up and winner of this year, of 2025. On this entire shelf and the blockies, what is the best Transformers figure that I got this year? I have to say it isn't even close. It isn't even close with any of the categories. The winners are Earthspark Soundwave as the winner, and runner-up is Arachnid. That is the winnings of this year. It wasn't even close. These two nailed it. Like hell, I would argue that Muscle High was going to be Toy of the Year, but then I got in Arachnid and everything changed. And I was looking back at Soundwave, and I fiddled with him the most this year. He was my top desk bot of the year. Now, I would also give an honorable mention reward as well. As in, the figure that I got, but I ended up not getting one reward. But I gave them reward because, one, pity, but two, because they actually meant something this year. And that reward goes to Hatchet right here. Hatchet won the award of honorable mention of the year. Because Hatchet, he got delayed for 2 years. Leaked, delayed for 2 years. Released, and was an okay figure. But he completed my dreads. He completed everything I was looking forward to in Studio Series, and is one of the last figures of the old packaging. Runner-up of honorable mention, I'm gonna have to go with Laserbeak. GDL Laserbeak. Who goes with this guy. And that's the main reason why, is because he's a cheaper way of getting Skystalker, who is just about his price, if not worse. So the fact that I got him for cheap, complete, with this guy, and the colors still match. So yeah, that is my entire ranking of this year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section, if you guys want to actually include yourself in anything. I would also argue, like, what's the best, I would also include probably what's the best, non-Transformer thing, but I'm gonna be honest, this video's been running for 40 minutes now. I think I better cut it before it gets bigger, because, let's face it, it's probably the longest video I've done, but, of course, it's gonna get longer, because next time we do this with the shelf, it's gonna be the actual toys collection and looking through it. But so far, this is the shelf, and yeah, I gotta say, I am stoked for what 2026 has in store for the rest of the figures that I'll be getting. Along with the rest of the primes that I still have to get back on the shelf, which I'll probably put on the shelf behind me. So, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking notifications so be up there and all updates and videos. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, Merry Christmas, until all are one. I'm going to try to get it into the shot. It's probably not going to work, but I have to... Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Yep, I got the thumbnail shot. Probably for both videos, but in terms of the thumbnail for this one, I'm going to have to go with Soundwave and Arachnid just standing next to each other, just aura farming, because holy fuck, they actually did it. So yeah, the fact that Soundwave, an Earthspark figure, from a show that barely anyone likes these days because of the series finale, won Best Figure of the Year. You guys are fucking missing out on this toy line, for fuck's sake.